Content warning. Paradox Live includes themes of trauma, child abuse and neglect, violence, suicide, death, human experimentation, and gang activity. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey there, heads, welcome back. I hope you're all staying cool and hydrated, because the group we're talking about today might get you fired up. If you're new to Paradox Live, it's a Japanese media project that contains 9 distinct units that perform different types of hip-hop. Today, we'll be talking about GokuLuck, a group that draws its inspiration from the rap-rock genre. GokuLuck is a 4-man unit made up of a prison guard and 3 prisoners. The name of the unit is a play on the word Gokuraku, meaning a Buddhist heaven or paradise, but written with the Goku element that means prison, and the English word luck. Within this particular prison, the prisoners are allowed to take part in internal rap competitions to mitigate violence and misbehavior. The winners of these rap battles are granted special treatment, and thanks to the support of a particularly optimistic and hopeful prison guard, the top 3 rappers have, luckily, been given special permission to take part in the Paradox Live Road to Legend competition. The leader of the group is prison guard Yuto Inukai, aka Hancho, voiced by Makoto Furukawa. Yuto is usually a mild, apologetic man who wants to believe in the justice system and a chance of rehabilitation for the prisoners. However, under his clumsy demeanor lurks I would call it fictional dissociative identity disorder. The character has received some criticism due to him being a less than stellar portrayal of someone with DID, and I personally just chalk it up to being grounded in a very loose, over-sensationalized understanding of the real-life condition. Yuto's alternate personality is called Hancho, which is also his MC name, and he's very assertive in comparison to Yuto's retiring nature. Hancho is also extremely strong, capable of lifting even the massive Ryoga, and does not hesitate to use force when he feels it is necessary. In the past, Zengaho from Akanyatsura was Yuto's partner on the police force. The two seem to have been good friends until he beat Zen senseless and left him for dead. Ryoga Tosa, aka Pitbull, not Mr. Worldwide, is voiced by Shogo Batori. Ryoga is a large, menacing-looking man who struggles to communicate. He often stutters when speaking, but he is able to rap fluently without issue. In fact, he's at the top of the prison rap hierarchy. Despite his imposing stature and past involvement in gang violence, he's rather accommodating and is generally quick to cooperate. Some years back, he and Satsuki Ito from Akanyatsura used to be friends. However, after some complications, they had a falling out and lost contact with each other. Satsuki's trauma was admittedly retconned a little with the introduction of Ryoga, and the situation between the two is not very well defined, but I'll leave that discussion for when I talk about the Rage stage battle. Shion Kaida, aka Smokin' Dog, is voiced by Shinosuke Tachibana. Shion is a self-described hedonist and openly flirts with anyone he can reach. Beneath the veneer of a playboy lurks a man accustomed to being ogled and marginalized due to his odd appearance. While initially not much is known about him or why he's in prison, he distinguished himself by having a habit of sneaking out for nightly escapades and smuggling in phones to message fans, who he calls kittens. However, in a group of flashy characters, he was able to remain a fairly enigmatic playboy at the start. Kenta Mikoshiba, aka Anonymous, is voiced by Chiaki Kobayashi. Kenta is basically a 15-year-old in the midst of his internet edgelord phase, and I personally love him for that. I mean, look at his Twitter handle. He's a hacker who talks to people like he's in a Call of Duty lobby or shitposting to 4chan. It seems that he's landed in special custody in this prison as a result of creating a virus that threatened the whole world, which is undoubtedly why his MC name is Anonymous, the same as a group of hackers associated with the Guy Fawkes mask and 4chan, the place of its origin. As an interesting side note, all of the GokuLuck characters' names share a dog theme. Before I delve into that, I'm going to drop a warning about brief mentions of animal violence. If that's uncomfortable for you, please just skip ahead to the timestamp on the screen. Ryoga's family name, Tosa, is the name of a breed of fighting dogs. It's the only breed that can legally take part in dogfights in Japan. With that context, it makes sense that his MC name is also the name of a breed associated with dogfights, the pit bull. Shion's family name, Kaida, shares the same kanji as the Kai Inu breed, a mid-sized Japanese dog that is between the larger Akita and smaller Shiba in stature. And, as pointed out by Shion in the series, Kenta's family name, Mikoshiba, contains the same kanji used for the Shiba Inu. With Ken being an alternate reading for the kanji for dog, Shiba Ken, or Shiba Dog, is an easy nickname for a character in a dog-themed group. Finally, Yuto's family name, Inukai, can essentially be translated to dog tender, as in one who owns or cares for dogs. Together, the four members initially share a shaky coexistence. The prisoners have been granted special permission to take part in the Road to Legend competition while in the custody of Yuto, who serves as the unit's leader. Though the guard's offstage persona leaves him to be bullied by the inmates, the lurking threat of his honcho alter is often enough to keep the others wary. All four are housed together in a renovated storage unit, with the prisoners sharing bunk beds in one room and Yuto in his own separate room. GokuLuck's music is inspired by the rap rock or possibly the rap metal genre, which blends heavy guitar riffs with aggressive, fast-paced rap flows. They also blend the anti-establishmentarianist spirit of the rock scene with the social criticisms of hip-hop. Their lyrics typically center around a cynical worldview, violent themes, and forcing others to acknowledge them. As a side note, I really like how Ryoga's gruff, barking vocalizations are often sampled in the backgrounds of the tracks. It really adds to their general canine theme. In both narrative and thematic ways, GokuLuck serves as another foil to Akanyatsura. While they both occupy a legally ambiguous area, GokuLuck focuses on lashing out on the society that abandoned and stigmatized them, where Akanyatsura embraces their position as outsiders so long as they are in the company of each other. Whereas the individual members of Akanyatsura have reached some level of resolution by becoming a family, their GokuLuck counterparts are still seeking peace within themselves. Which makes sense, because they're new characters. Well, even though these characters in this group debuted a few years ago now, I do still feel like the writing hasn't done much with them to this point. I want to be optimistic, and while the track record throughout the Road to Legend really casts some uncertainty upon the writers of the series, the introduction dramas in the Battle of Unity opening show have set up some possibilities for some real plot developments. I'm interested to see where things will head, and I think that the Battle of Unity structure will definitely enable the less popular groups to finally have their stories told. With that ringing endorsement of Road to Legend, I'll be able to get started on summarizing the stage battles now that I've gotten through all the groups. Thanks so much to everyone who's following along, and I hope you'll continue to tune in with me. Join me next time as I start down the Road to Legend in my ongoing efforts to infodump to the internet about Paradox Live. Until then, take care, heads.